Hello and welcome to the Pedders Suspension and Brakes Outer East Football Netball Show, brought to you by Gameface. I'm Adam Miller, and joining me in the studio is Steph Barkers and Adam Brogdon. Good afternoon, Steph and Adam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Very exciting times. We have so
is.
much happening this weekend. This is the part of the season where there's big stuff happening every day, really.
Most certainly. Episode 21 is going to be jam-packed. We will bring you all the latest news from across our competition.
Interviews with Woori Yallock A-grader Gaby Clarke and senior footballer Joel Adams, who reflects on playing his 350th game.
We'll talk about our second lot of Yarra Valley Water Junior Football Grand Finals, and we'll go through some of the standout players from the day.
We'll review the match of the round results from last week and talk everything finals coming up this week.
We have our in-studio guests, Emily and Jess from Bendigo Bank, Warburton and Yarra Junction.
And, of course, a huge thank you to Pedders Suspension and Brakes, partner of the Outer East Football Netball Show.
Coming up in the news this week, well, just weeks ago, Monmouth's Georgia Rag broke the record for the most goals scored in a single match for an OEFN netballer, shooting 106. Unbelievably, though, it's been broken on the weekend. Rock's Kayla O'Shaughnessy has scored an incredible 115 goals in a single match. Well done to Kayla for breaking the record.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I actually couldn't believe it when I saw that. That is incredible.
What a year it's been for just goal shooters and goal kickers in Outer East, to be quite honest. It's unbelievable.
Milestones, records broken. We have seen it all this season.
We really have. Congratulations to our 2024 Boundary Umpire of the Year, Lucas McIntosh, who'll be a boundary umpire for the Northern Knights versus Western Jets Coates Talent League boys match. Lucas is currently on AFL Victoria's umpire development list and was a guest on the show earlier this year.
And congratulations as well to Sam Price, who's going to be a field umpire for Geelong Falcons versus Oakley Chargers in the Coates Talent League girls' match. So Sam is currently a part of the Community Umpire Accelerator program, which delivers high-performance experiences for up-and-coming umpires in community football. So great to see both Lucas and Sam recognised for all their efforts. Over now to the Yarra Valley Water Juniors Corner for an update on our junior competitions. As we mentioned, of course, our Yarra Valley Water Junior Football Grand Finals came to an end on Sunday with our older junior age groups playing in their Grand Finals at Yarra Junction Memorial Reserve. It was an amazing day. Boys, we spoke about this on the day, how lucky we got with that weather because we thought it was going to be raining and miserable all day and the sun was out for majority of the time. So that was amazing. As we did last week, though, I want to talk about some standout performances because, wow, do we have some amazing talent in our juniors. I want to start off with the under-14 mixed game and this player from Healesville who we talked about when we had our Interleague Carnival because he was also involved in our junior Interleague program. But number 3, the captain, Jet Barclay, what a game he played. He
was incredible, Steph. And usually I hate, an AFL draft night when they compare, young players to AFL players, but there's a bit of Paddy Cripps about this kid, a big, tall midfielder. He's got the ability to be able to go forward, and he just did it all. He took a big hanger, he impacted the scoreboard. And late in the game, when Mount Evelyn kicked that goal to get themselves back in front, he was the guy who won the ball out of the centre. He rode the tap beautifully. Then off one step, just laced out a 40-metre pass onto one of his forwards, kicked the goal. He was just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I want to also take a look at the next grand final, which was the under-15 girls. And another player from Healesville that was very hard to go across had a magnificent game. Number 19, Summer Caldecott.
So that's another Caldecott getting very high praise in the game. All over at Healesville. Really well played by Summer Caldecott. It was everywhere that you looked, she was in the contest, making good plays, had quite a few good kicks that just laced out to teammates. And it was really impressive.
All right, moving on to our next grand final, which was the under-16 Rangers. And this player from Monmouth was a standout for us, and that is number 7, Eamon Dawson.
He did a bit of everything, this kid. He played on the ball, not just as a rover, but also in the ruck as well. And he even played a bit of half-back. Again, other player was able to impact the scoreboard. So he was just absolutely everywhere, and big reason why Monbach honestly won this game pretty comfortably.
I thought he did really well. Like you said, he played on a half-back, and I reckon there were some plays where he kicked it from half-back and then got it in the forward line. He was everywhere, this bloke, and it was really good to see just the immediate impact he had on the boys around him, and it was fantastic to watch.
Definitely.
Then we had, of course, our under-16 Yarra Grand Final, and I wanted to mention this player. We gave him best on ground on the day, and that was number 16 for Wandon, Tyler Seeger.
Yeah. This was the hardest one to pick, I reckon, match the best player in the ground, I reckon, because it was a really good team performance by Wandon, but I think Tyler probably just was the best player, and mainly probably played up forward, kicked a couple of goals, a couple of little pinch hits in the guts here and there, but no, he was quite impressive. But as mentioned, it was a really good, well-rounded team performance by Wanda. But yeah, I think Tyler probably deserved it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're saying, we could have picked 6 people.
Yeah.
We could have put their names on a wheel and spun the wheel, and genuinely everyone would have been like, "Oh yeah, fair enough."
Just what I was thinking. We definitely didn't do that.
We didn't do that, I promise. But absolutely, you could have. There were so many great performances in that game, and Tyler Seger was really good, but it's just such a really well-rounded effort from that Wandon side. It was really great to watch.
Definitely.
Yeah. And last but not least, though, they were in the losing side, under 17 girls. Just number 6 for Belgrave, Sadie Glue. She really held that team together. She kicked that goal to get them back within 2 points. She really was doing everything she possibly could, though they didn't quite get there in the end.
Yeah, no, she's been a really good player for this Belgrave side for a while, actually, Sadie Glue, because they have played in a couple of grand finals recent times. But you're right, Steph, she was probably the one player really threatening Westburn to maybe steal the game from them. But they did just fall up a bit short. But Sadie definitely could hold her head high for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like you said, going home and you might not be happy with the result, but she should be really happy with the game she played. Absolutely everywhere, making a huge impact on the game. Like you said, trying to get her team back into it, just couldn't quite in the end. But it was such a close match. Was absolutely inspiring out there on the field. It just unfortunately couldn't quite get it done at the time, but really well done to Sadie Glue.
Yeah, and another day of us being incredibly excited with quite a few close matches. So that first game in the under 14 was mixed, 1 point in it, 2 points in it in that last quarter of the under 17 girls. There were so many moments where up until the final siren, we didn't know what was going to happen and who was going to win. It was incredible. So again, senior clubs, please, if you are not in touch with your junior clubs, if you don't know these players we're talking about, look into it. We want to keep them in our competition. We want them coming through. We want them playing here for years to come. We can't stress that enough. It's so important.
And like I said last week, remember if they've been there long enough, they'll only take a 1 point on your play points cap. So, there's plenty of value out of these sort of players as well if they've been playing in your junior club for a while.
Absolutely. Alrighty, let's go over now to our match of the round before we look at everything happening this weekend, because there is a lot. We'll reflect on last week's tips, Alinda, Ferny Creek and Woori.
Yeah, gee. What a game that was, to be perfectly honest, Steph. Absolutely incredible. 2 sides have now played in 2 1-point games. Really, really tight contest for a lot of it, and then Woori got away, Adam, but then Alinda Ferny Creek came home with a wet sail. It was just one of those games. It was a really heavy contest. It was a little bit cold up there at Alinda, to be perfectly fair.
A little bit. To
say the least. I thought I was going to get frostbite, to be perfectly honest. But I think a really good finals preview that we'll play each other in a couple of weeks' time. And as mentioned, it was a game that went right to the final siren. A little bit of controversy on the siren with a potential play on after the siren, but we weren't out there to hear what happened there. But really good contest.
Yeah, it was a game of momentum. It really was. So it started out pretty close. Woori Yallock got away. But for Alinda to come back and just almost get the win back, it was really impressive, led by quite a few great players on the day. And it was just really exciting to see. Again, I reckon between the 2 days, between Saturday and Sunday, I don't reckon my heart rate fell below 100.
Definitely not.
It was just a weekend of footy, and that was such a great opener for the weekend.
Oh, it most certainly was, yeah. It was a couple of interesting ones for Woori. Didn't see Ben Monkhorst or Cody Basoli play, so not sure if they're going to be necessarily back for finals or not. Zach Monkhorst played forward and kicked 4 goals, and he was really quite impactful, so really good to see there as well. Linda Ferny Creek, Peter Lucas was so good through the midfield. Frankie Seal really stood up, particularly in the end of the game. He kicked the goal to get it back within a couple of points. Lockie Taylor was pretty good up forward. He had quite a presence as well. So there's a lot of the usual suspects, really. Geordie Williams as well. He kicked an incredible goal from the boundary line and once again just racked up plenty of the ball. So, it was another really great game of footy.
Amazing. Do you remember who we tipped?
I tipped
I tipped Alinda for the footy, and I tipped Woori for the netball.
I honestly don't.
I actually think you might have tipped Woori for the footy.
I think you tipped Woori for the footy as well, because I think you were different than us two.
Yep.
I think I went Alinda for both.
Yeah, okay. I think I did go Woori for both, yeah.
And the netball, it was a pretty tight contest to half-time. Woori, sort of got things motoring in the second half. It probably wasn't a particularly high-stakes game for them because there's no real difference between finishing 4th or 5th. They're going to be playing Emerald either way in that elimination final. As I say, it was a pretty tight contest interesting again, a couple of changes. Jamie Tuff came in again from the B grade side and again played in defence and did a really good job on Eloise Argo, and I thought, to be perfectly honest, Hayley DeBoof moved into centre, usually plays more wing attack, and we actually saw Danica Corliss play more mid-court in wing attack instead. So a couple of little changes there for Woori Yallock, but it still worked for them nonetheless, and they got the win, and definitely one they can still take a bit of confidence off heading into finals.
All right, awesome. This Sunday, of course, we have our women's grand finals, so let's take a look at a preview.
Get ready for a blockbuster doubleheader as the Women's Football Grand Finals hit fever pitch this Sunday. In Division 2, Warburton and Wesburn enter the big dance undefeated. Having dominated all season, they'll face Emerald, who surged into the grand final with a thrilling upset over Wandon. Both sides boast impressive new recruits and have built strong form throughout the year. Can Warby cap off a perfect season, or will Emerald cause one more upset? In Division 1, Mount Evelyn have been unstoppable since returning to the competition, finishing the season unbeaten. Upway Tacoma, not far behind, have shown consistent strength and resilience. These two powerhouses have set the standard all year. Expect a high-quality, hard-fought clash. 2 massive games, 4 elite teams, and 1 unforgettable day.
Guys, now that we're in full finals mode, I know that Premier have still got a game to play, but we've got a lot of finals happening this weekend. So we thought, rather than take you through what is, quote unquote, the match of the round, we're just going to tell you about the live streams happening this week because there are a lot. So first and foremost, on Saturday, the A-grade netball qualifying final between Pakenham Lions and Warburton Millgrove will be live streamed. And the men's qualifying final between Pakenham and Seville will be live streamed.
And also available through Yarra Valley FM 99.1.
And that too. Then on Sunday, the men's elimination final between Belgrave and Alexandra will be live streamed. That's technically the local footy hub live stream exclusive for this weekend. And of course, the 2 women's grand finals will be live streamed as well. So that is 5 live streams this weekend. I'm really excited. It's going to be a great weekend to kick things off for what is going to be a really exciting 6 weeks.
Of course, we'll also have the Vets Grand Final, which is happening tonight. We will be there in mere hours to commentate tonight. Who do you think is going to get the win?
Look, I think I am going to go Gembrook Cockatoo. I'll give you 3 reasons why. First reason is they've been undefeated all season. They've had very strong performances. Second reason is they have the leading goal kicker, Andrew Shipp, who's kicked 23 goals. He's leading goal kicker for the whole of the Vets competition. He plays for Gembrook, so expecting him to probably have a pretty big game. Third reason, it's at Gembrook.
It's at Gembrook.
So I think they have maybe a bit of that home ground advantage as well.
Definitely,
look, I think Belgrave will put up a strong fight. They have been second on the ladder for a good majority of the year. But I think Gembrook will get the win. I think they'll be pretty hard to beat, to be honest.
Yeah, I probably agree with you, Steph. I think probably Gembrook Cockatoo had a really strong season. I think they'll probably cap it off and take out the premiership.
There's not really much left to say. I agree with both of you. It's like you said, exactly. Just to cap off a great year, and like you said, they've got all the pieces that they need to do so. And you've got like you said, the goal kicker, the home ground advantage. They've been a really strong side all year, so I think it's just icing on the cake.
Yeah. So, Aidan, the 2 games that Outer East will be commentating this weekend is the A-grade qualifying final between Pakenham Lions and Warburton Millgrove, and the men's qualifying final, which is Pakenham and Seville. Give me a preview of those 2 games.
Yeah, we'll go through the footy first. So the last time these 2 sides played was literally just last week. Seville won that game by 22 points, 10-13, 73 to 7-9, 51. Both sides finished the year with a 13-3 record. Pakenham finished higher on percentage, and the head-to-head is 1-1, so they've both got to win over each other, so it makes the matchup this week quite interesting. Some of the key matchups, I'm actually going to go with one of Trent's favourite players, Matt Di-Pietrantonio, averaging 23 disposals this season, including 12 contested and 5 tackles. Head-to-head with Luke Ryan, who's averaging 27 disposals this season, including 6 clearances and 9 score involvements. And then probably down both ends of the ground, Daniel Icone probably goes head-to-head with Sam Cascia for Pakenham, who's got 40 goals this season. And I reckon Josh Agger's a bit of a swing man, but I reckon he'll play in defence and go head-to-head with Josh Neal with 39 goals this season. Josh has only come into the side halfway through, and he's already Seville's leading goal kicker. Only played 9 games of those 39 goals. So
yeah, wow.
he's really someone that you need to get on top of. Of course, played with Woori Yallock last year and was quite influential for them, but doing a good job for Seville. Looking at the netball, Pakenham versus Warburton Millgrove. Last time these two sides played was only a couple of weeks ago, and round 17 of this year, and Pakenham won that game 41-33. A bit similar to the footy, both sides 13-3 record, with Pakenham finishing higher in percentage, and also again the head-to-head 1-1. So they've both got to win over each other, which is makes it quite interesting. Key matchups, I reckon Solana head-to-head with Millie Upper in the mid-court. Ali Langdon hasn't played the last couple of weeks. I'm not too sure if she's injured, so I'm not going to mention her. So I'm going to go with Indy Pinnock to go head-to-head with Charlotte Hoodlem, the leading goal scorer in Division 1 with 526 goals this season. And I reckon Katie Cook head-to-head with Bianca Daniels, Warby's leading goal scorer, and also third in Division 1 with 428 goals this season.
Yeah, those two games are going to be massive. They're going to be exciting. Oh, I love it. I love finals time. It's going to be really good. All right, let's do tips for that then. For the footy, first and foremost, who are we going to go with?
Oh, yeah, it's a bit of a tough one. I'm going to go Seville, actually, I think, for the footy. I think, they've got a bit of a blueprint from what they did last week, and I think they might get it done again.
I'm going to go Pakenham. I've seen what they can do this year, and I believe they're a really, really strong side. Like you said, it's 1-1. I reckon they can get it done.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to agree with you on this one, Aiden. I think it's Seville, and the reason that I think that is because I think the sting of going out in straight sets last season is going to be a big motivator for them for that not to happen again.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
That's why I'm going to go with Seville. Netball, Pakenham, Warby.
I went Warby Millgrove 2 weeks ago. I'm going to go Pakenham this time around, though. I think they... 8-goal win, but I felt like a much bigger win than that, to be perfectly honest. They really just were all over Warby Millgrove in that game. And again, I think, a bit of recency bias, but I think they got a bit of a blueprint of what they need to do against Warby Millgrove, and they might potentially have key players like Ali Langdon missing as well. Packy seemed to be full strength, so I'll go with Pakenham.
I'm going to go with Warburton Millgrove for this one. I think that due to the narrow loss last time, I think that maybe they could learn from that last game and maybe put some improvements in and maybe get the job done this time.
Okay, well, interestingly, I'm also going to flip. This time I'm going with you, Adam. I think I'm going to go Warby. The reason why is because I think under really intense pressure, in those moments, they stand up. We saw it in last year's grand final where they had to win in overtime. They're really good at, in those big moments, staying calm, cool and collected under pressure. And so I think knowing they've come off the loss and knowing what's at stake, I reckon they can get it done. All right, well, as we always like to do, before we move on, we'll take a look at our community predictions. We love to know what you guys think. So first and foremost, the men's Vets Grand Final, Gembrook Cockatoo versus Belgrave.
The A-grade qualifying final between Pakenham and Warby Millgrove.
The seniors qualifying final between Pakenham and Seville.
The seniors elimination final, Belgrave versus Alexandra.
The Div 1 women's grand final between Mount Evelyn and Upwey Tacoma.
And the Div 2 women's grand final between Warburton and Westburn and Emerald.
Since 1950, Pedders have understood that every customer's journey is different, but our solution remains the same, to get you where you want to go as safely as possible. We believe it's not just the destination that matters, but also the journey, and we are committed to creating better journeys for everyone.
Our first guest for this week's show was Gaby Clarke from Woori Yallock.
I'm joined by Gaby Clarke from Woori Yallock's A-grade side ahead of their round 17 win over Alinda Ferny Creek. Gaby, must feel very happy locking up a final spot for 2025.
Yeah, it's absolutely great. Very exciting to be in the finals this year.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep.
Gaby, we spoke with Hayley a couple of weeks ago. We've seen a massive improvement from you girls from last year. You finished 9th, and then this year you've been able to jump into the finals. What do you think's changed this year and brought about some much better form?
I think it's just consistency, having 2 seasons now, and then general attitudes were all very positive, I guess, and putting our best foot forward, so it pays off at the end of the day, I guess.
Yep. Gaby, you shared the defensive goal circle with Jamie Tuff today instead of Amber Thorne, who was planned out for this week. How did you go about sharing the circle with Jamie instead of Amber?
They're much of a muchness. Honestly, They're both great to play with. Jamie slots in perfectly when she plays with us, and obviously Miss Amber. I love playing with Amber, but both is great to play with, and it's that gelling from season to season, I guess. With both.
Yep. We also noticed a couple of changes through the mid-court. Hayley coming out of wing attack and into centre this time, and Danica also playing in a wing attack as well. Is that something that was spoken about through the week?
Yeah. Danica knew she was hopping into the mid-court today, so she had the mindset for it. And yeah, I just want to try some new goaler rotations coming into finals and them to pay off, I guess, yeah.
Yep. Has the intensity at training changed a little bit now that you're coming into finals, knowing that, you're going to be up against some pretty tough opponents?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yep.
Yeah, it's muchness again. It's, we're just putting our best foot forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably coming up against Emerald, who you had a draw with the last time you played them. What are some of the learnings you've taken from those two games you played against them coming into finals?
I think it's going to be played at our strengths.
Yep.
Take a breath, keep it simple. And again, keep it positive.
Yep. Going back to this game here today, they really challenged you in the first half. How were you able to kind of wrestle back the momentum in the second half and take away the win?
I think it was just chipping away.
Yep.
Pass by pass, goal by goal. Didn't get too caught up in the scores.
Yep.
And then, 1 minute we're even, next minute we're 3 or 4 ahead. And, sometimes it just happens that way and paid off in our favour today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gabby, thank you so much for joining us and good luck for the rest of the season and the finals coming up.
Thank you so much.
Our second guest for the show this week was Joel Adams of Woori Yallock.
I'm joined by Joel Adams from Woori Yallock Senior side after their thrilling 1-point victory in round 17 over the Bloods. Joel, how are you feeling after such a tight game?
It's always a tight tussle coming to Olinda, and definitely today was no different. So, bit of a tough slog for both teams, I feel, but good sort of practice going into finals for both teams. So,
what were some of the messages spoken about coming into today's game?
It was, pretty much about that. It was going to be finals, a lot of pressure.
Yep.
Both teams still got a lot to work through, and just try and keep things moving. We've been playing some pretty good footy for the last month, so just trying to keep that momentum going.
Yep. Had a 4-goal lead early days in that last quarter, and then they really threw the kitchen sink at you. How were you able to quell the momentum at the end there and hold on?
By sheer luck, I think. It was, as I said, it was end-to-end momentum. It was us. We'd kick a couple, then they'd kick a couple. It was just ebbed and flowed. And then, right towards the end there, it was just a real slog. Either team probably could have won it. So,
Yep. You played in 2 really thrilling games against them now, mate. 1 point in both of those, and you got both of the wins. What do you think the matchup between you two sides makes it so close?
I think just really evenly balanced across the ground. Good mixture of senior heads and younger heads. So they like to move the ball similar to the way we do. And obviously they're really well contested around the ground. So which just sums up us pretty much the same. So, looking forward to potentially playing them in the finals, or I think we may have them in the first final. So, it'll be a good test.
Joel, you played your 350th game last week, mate. I think that's all with Woori Yallock.
It is, yes.
Yep. What have you loved about your time with the footy club?
It's just home.
Yep.
I've played there since I was 9 years old, and just wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So, had an amazing time there. Just people, community feel, and great ground to play on every week, every second week. So, couldn't have asked for anything more, really.
That amazing time includes 4 senior premierships, 7 grand finals, also 4 Team of the Year appearances. You were club captain for a while there.
Yeah.
And, it must be amazing to achieve all of that in the career.
It's been really special. So, across the time, I've been able to play with a lot of fantastic people and have a lot of fantastic coaches, which has sort of set me up for success. So, look, if it wasn't for my teammates, I've just been an outside wingman for all these years, haven't really won a hard ball. So, they've done all the hard work to get the ball out to me and make me look good. So, it's just been a pleasure.
Joel, you've got a nickname that's pretty well known around the competition. Can you tell us what that is for those who maybe don't know? I don't think there'll be too many.
Well, look, it's pretty obvious. I wear number 45. I have red hair. It's Lingy.
Yep.
After Cameron Ling from Geelong, which, Dallas Spencer.
Yep.
For people who may know him or not know him, he gave it to me all the way back in 2006.
Yep.
So,
wow.
I had the blonde tips like Cameron Ling did, and the long hair when he was running that around that era, and it's sort of stuck, unfortunately.
Yep.
Well, look, not unfortunately, because it's I sort of only answer to Lingy now anyway. So
Joel, coming into finals, how confident are the boys that you can maybe make this year the year? A couple of prelim losses, a grand final loss going back to 2022. How confident are you that you can maybe make or get the job done, in 2025?
Oh, look, I think we're really positive about what's to come ahead of us. As I said, we're stringing some really good football together at the moment.
Yep.
Which is the right time of year to do it. You don't want to, show your cards too early. And I think, we're timing things nicely at the moment. List is coming together fitness-wise in terms of injuries. And, I think we're just really timing it well. So,
yep. You've obviously got the 2 wins over Linda Fernie Creek. Made it really close against Wanda both times. So have you figured out anything particularly against Wanda that might serve you well in the finals and maybe change the result?
Look, it's just, come finals time, sort of game plans tend to go out the window a little bit just because it gets so hot. It's just got to be up for that challenge and that fight. Finals is just a completely different beast. And, I'm sure we'll have a few little tricks in the bag, but, We'll definitely be up for the fight.
Most definitely. Yeah. Joel, thank you so much for joining us, mate. Good luck for the final series coming up.
No worries. Thank you very much.
And our in-studio guest this week is Emily and Jess from Community Bank, Warburton and Yarra Junction. Well, I'm here with Emily and Jess from Bendigo Bank, Warburton and Yarra Junction. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it. Nice to have you.
Thanks for having us.
No problem at all. First and foremost, I wanted you to tell our community, I'm pretty sure they're aware, but just in case they're not, a little bit about your partnership with our competition.
Okay, so Bendigo Bank has been proudly sponsoring it for over 10 years. And major sponsors for the last 4 years.
Yeah, so exciting. It's so good to have you guys on board. Okay, so obviously you are naming rights of our entire competition. You support our competition as a whole, but you also support some of our clubs individually in your area as well. So tell me a little bit about that too.
Yeah, so we support a majority of sort of our main local towns. So Powtown, Warburton, Millgrove and Yarra Junction senior netball and footy clubs. As well as Westburn and Yarra Junction junior clubs as well. And we also support the Upper Yarra Netball Association.
Why do you think it's important to support local sport?
So local sporting clubs, they really promote great community relationships, and that's a really important part of our business. We've both got young kids playing junior sport, and so I really feel like it's important for people to start that at a young age and then for that to continue throughout your life. Fitness, exercise, team bonding, friendships, all of those things that come from playing sport. It's also, you don't have to be a player, I guess, to get a benefit out of a club. You can be a committee member, volunteer.
Canteen.
Jess did 4 hours on canteen at football last weekend.
Do anything to help out with the team.
There you go. Yeah, I think you make a great point too, because a lot of those people are the ones that keep those clubs running, and they do honestly a lot of the heavy lifting. So, they're a very important part of clubs, and we know that as well. Are either of you, well, Jess, you just mentioned that you're on the canteen. So what clubs in our competition are you guys involved with personally as well?
Yeah, so my little boy Charlie, it was his first year at football this year. So he played under 9s for Yarra Junction Junior Club. And it was sort of the first year of the experiencing the footy sort of junior side. It was amazing. So the Yarra Junction Junior Club, they actually promote free football for their kids at the club. They fundraise throughout the year to raise money for families that can't afford to pay for the membership for the next year. They pay for them, and it definitely makes a difference to some families. Some don't actually want to play because of the cost. So I think it's a good initiative, and it's an amazing club. So come on down.
That's nice.
Come on down.
Absolutely. Shout out to Carl and the team. They do an amazing job. We just had our junior grand finals there on Sunday, and it was a very smoothly run day.
It was a big day for them.
Definitely. First day, last leave. That's And you, Em?
My boys are at Westburn, Westburn Junior Footy Club.
Yeah, I saw you guys at one of the junior carnivals, which was a fun day as well. A massive day, but the kids have an absolute ball. So that's one of my favourite things of the year, to be honest. All right, let's get into some of your roles now. So can you tell us a little bit about the branches you're at and what your roles are?
Okay, so we are with Yarra Junction and Warburton branches. We have staff that operate across both of them. My role is assistant manager, and probably my favourite part of my job would be helping the first home buyers. Yeah, the ones that are just really excited. They send us links from realestate.com and say, like, I'm going to put a bid on this one. And yeah, it's really nice to feel like we're along for the journey with them. Yep. Love that part.
I'm sort of an all-rounder, really. So my job title is a CRO, which is a customer relationship officer. So I do everything apart from home loans.
Yeah, cool.
So one day...
She's invaluable.
So one day I might be up at the tellers. One day I might be interviewing you for a personal loan. I might be doing credit cards. Anything that you can think of that's not home loans, I assist with. So business account openings, that sort of thing. And... probably decorating. So if you come to our branches on any major holiday, Halloween coming up, it will be nicely decorated, and Christmas is probably our main one.
I love that. That's fun. And I like that there's like so much variety. Like all days would be different for you, right? Like who knows what you could. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I want to speak about this because it's so important for our community particularly, and not just sporting communities, just local in general. But a big part of what you guys do is trying to return profits to the community. But I want you to tell us about some of the initiatives you've helped our clubs achieve in the past couple of seasons, because there are some pretty significant ones.
Yeah, there's some big ones recently. We had the Warburton Millgrove digital netball scoreboard, and at Yarra Junction Football Club they replaced the fridges, and we contributed quite heavily to the fit out at Powtown's new club rooms.
Yes, okay, the Powtown. The Powtown one's exciting because we're actually hosting our 2 women's grand finals there this Sunday, and it's like the facilities are like so fresh and so new, and I think the girls are going to absolutely love it. So I'm very excited for that. I went up there earlier in the year. They were beautiful facilities. Good. The ground's in great condition, so that will be awesome. It will be. It's always cold in the mornings, but that's okay. That's all right. Hopefully the sun will come out later. We'll get some nice games. But I think that's really awesome. It's like, you can see the benefits of the things you're doing. I don't know, but I find that kind of satisfying. It's like when you do all this work and you support and you actually see like a physical outcome. Yeah. Warby love their new scoreboard. I was up there at the netball not that long ago. It looks so good. Yeah. And Yarra Junction, just to have that, it's so important to have working fridges for, Thursday night dinners and when they're trying to run their bar and things like that. So they're all things that make such a big impact at those clubs. And
we did some other small sort of contributions, ranging from uniforms, sort of post pads, drink bottles. So I think the Wesburn Junior Club this year got the drink caddies. And I think the junior kids were loving that, just to have something different and sort of be like a senior really.
So why is supporting local community groups so important to you guys, whether it is a sporting club or just another community group?
It's honestly one of the best things about our job, that we get to work for a company that gives back in such a really big way to our area. Our 2 branches, Warburton and Yarra Junction, have given over $5 million since Warburton opened 25 years ago, and Yarra Junction was 18 years ago? So it is a phenomenal amount of money. Absolutely. It enables infrastructure to be built, strengthens the arts, culturally diverse communities, educational outcomes. There's just so many things that we've given back to, and it really helps to sort of feed into the prosperity of our community.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, it's heartwarming stuff. I feel like at the end of the day, you'd like feel really good about, what you've been able to do, which is nice. Are there any events to finish off or initiatives that you guys want to tell our community about that they might not know about?
I'll display here at the front of the desk.
Here's what we prepared earlier.
Check these out.
So you go. So every year, so Breaching's now out, just by the way, we do a calendar, so it's all local people. So grab a camera, take a photo throughout the year, and submit your photos to our website, head to our Facebook page or Instagram. And
so entries are closed now.
Yes.
For submitting photos.
Voting's closed on the 14th of September. So all the locals, they vote. We vote as well. We have a branch one as well. And this is last year's calendar, so you can see some of the photos. They're amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
And we have different categories.
12 winners get made into this calendar, which we give out for free.
Yeah,
in the branches.
So we have like under 18 categories as well. So it's good for the young kids to get out and take some photos and. Yeah,
this is amazing. All right, well,
voting's on until the 14th of
voting's
November.
on until the 14th for next year's calendar. I'd also love to know if any of our community have submitted some photos. We'll make sure we share that post too. So hopefully we get voting. Oh my goodness, guys.
happyyarra.net.au.
Perfect. We can put that link up. That's awesome.
Get your voting on.
Yeah, get your voting on.
Yeah, a few other things that we've got going on at the moment would be the Victorian Home Buyers Fund, which is a shared equity scheme that the government, like a government initiative, and that was expected to finish at the end of June. It's been extended till the end of August. So we've got a couple of weeks. If anybody's interested in that, give us a call, please, and we'll do our best to get things moving for you before the cut-off date. And another big one was Tuesday, Reserve Bank made an announcement, interest rates dropped by 0.25. So Bendigo's passed that on. So if you haven't recently reviewed your banking, now's a really good time.
Now is a good time. Yeah,
we might be able to save you some money and you will feel good because you're contributing back to your local community.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate you giving us your time. And I'm sure we'll see you out there across the finals, but really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks for having us, Jeff.
No worries.
Well, that pretty much wraps up all there is to talk about on the Pedders Suspension and Breaks Outer East Football Netball show this week. Remember, if there's anything you'd like to see in the show, make sure you leave a comment down below. Steph and Adam, thank you for joining me in the studio.
No worries.
For all the viewers out there, don't forget to get your game face on.